How's it going, guys? Why are people so afraid to hear the end of a movie? Your friends are like, no, don't tell me what happens. Don't spoil it for me. Listen, if you know the ending, so what? Finding out how is still fucking interesting. For example, if I tell you a story and skip to the main part, so you know how Jared went camping? Well, Jared's dead. People don't say, oh my God, you ruined the story. Why didn't you tell me the journey of what happened on Jared's camping trip first, and then tell me he's dead? No, you don't get annoyed when you know the ending of a story. You still want to know how it happened. So what's the difference of a TV show? If you want to know how Jared died, even though I told you the ending first, you should still want to know what happens in Lord of the Rings, even if I tell you the ending first. When I was a kid, I had gotten this pin-on badge that said, say no to drugs, try hugs. If they're still making these badges these days, can you imagine pitching this slogan to people? Hey man, you know how you love to feel that warm, euphoric, overwhelming, relaxing rush when you inject heroin into your arm? Well, you shouldn't want that. You should try one of these big bad boys instead. Remember when you were a kid and your parents used to say to you, close the door, what do you live in, a tent? So I don't know about you, but when I go camping and I set up a tent, I close the fucking tent behind me. Who leaves the tent flap open in the bush anyways? I don't want spiders and shit crawling in my tent. What the fuck? Let's talk about terrorists. I know, a touchy subject. But one thing they say is the suicide bombers blow up people with the promise to get a bunch of virgins after they die. Now, I don't know about you, but if you ever fucked a virgin, it's really bad sex. They're all over the place. They don't know what they're doing, shy, awkward, getting a blowjob with too much teeth. No thanks. I think I'd rather the promise of some sluts who know their way around a dick. And why is airport security so uptight anyways? I mean, if you bring too much shampoo, they think it can be liquid explosives. If you bring a pair of scissors, they think you hijacked the plane and stabbed the pilot or something. But, newsflash, terrorism can happen on the ground also, okay? They don't search you getting on a bus. You can bring a suitcase full of liquid explosives and blow it up, or hijack the driver with a pair of scissors. So what's the difference? It's equally possible for catastrophe. They say microwaves can be harmful to us, so we shouldn't stand directly in front of it while you're warming your food. So why the hell are we heating food in it at all? Seems kind of dumb to me. Also now, with how powerful 5G radiation is supposed to be, we'll soon be able to like hardball cook an egg by sitting it in front of our phone antenna soon. Why is general food products not considered a very good Christmas gift? I mean, I'd be happier with a bag of potato chips and dip than some crappy cardigan from Grandma with a bright yellow pecan bird stitched on the front of it. How annoying are Christmas carolers coming around to your door trying to sing and shit? If I wanted to hear crap people sing, I'd go to my local karaoke bar, okay? What's up with these TV networks? Like, if you understand the logic of a TV network, they want you to watch as much as possible. They would love for you to sit 24 hours a day, if possible, and view all their programming and advertising. But something funny I notice is, during a show, they say, go to a website, www.whatever, to see more about the show. It's like they want people to watch their TV shows all day, but at the same time, they want to push people to stop watching it and go online to the website. Like, isn't that a bit dumb? Why is it we're always more interested in misery than happiness? For example, you can ask someone on vacation, how's it going? And if they say, oh my God, it's so shit here, we automatically say, oh really, why is it so bad there? But if they say, it's great here, we don't go, really? Why is it so great? Like, we actually don't want to hear how much of an awesome time they're having sitting on the beach, drinking cocktails with hot girls in bikini. But we love to hear about how their hotel room smells like a dead hooker and how the airport staff stole their luggage. I don't know why anyone buys fruit. We never eat half of it anyway. Every time I go grocery shopping, I buy fruit. It then sits in the bottom of my fridge for weeks. It then starts leaking brown juice all over the place. Then I throw it out. Why do we continue this cycle? I watch a lot of TV in my free time. One of my favourite shows is Cops, okay? I love Cops. You always see idiots getting arrested for the dumbest shit. And what's interesting is, whenever the cops go to a call, it's always some ghetto hood apartment block or some raggedy ass trailer park. You never see any rich, nice homes. You don't see well-educated, successful people stabbing their mother-in-law because she wouldn't change the TV channel, for example. How cruel is Western society, okay? We teach kids to brag about how much cool stuff they got. You remember show and tell? Yeah, more like show and brag, okay? You bring something awesome to school, then you brag about it in front of the other kids. What the fuck is all that about? I'm pretty sure in an African village, they don't have show and tell, okay? If they did, it'd be one kid turning up to school with a new pair of shoes on. It'd be like, Mahambi, you no longer have bare feet. Good for you. What's with four-wheel drives from the 80s and 90s that had the sticker saying four-wheel drive on the side? Like, I couldn't tell by the shape of the car that it would be an off-road vehicle. I'm hardly going to get confused by a small Barina and a large SUV. I'm pretty sure I know the one that's a four-wheel drive, okay? I had this $2 shop down the road from my house in Brisbane when I was a kid. It was called, get this, Bonza Bargains. Isn't that the most Australian name for a shop you've ever heard of? Let's go get some Bonza Bargains. I think tipping is bullshit. If you buy something or pay for a service, you already have a price. So why are we expected to pay more? Oh, I bought this cocktail for $5 and now you want a $2 tip. If hospitality workers are underpaid, let's just pay them more. Let's be real. You sell the drink for $6 instead of $5 and you get paid more per hour and forget about the fucking tips. Why is it when you're eating like a plate of hot chips, your friends will think it's okay to like help themselves to grab some, but if you order a hamburger, they just don't start biting the side of it while you're eating it, do they? Why did Jesus turn water into wine? Was he an alcoholic? He could have turned it into like Pepsi for the children, or was he just selfish for the adults? Have you ever seen a cartoon where they managed to eat a fish and then hold up the entire fish skeleton afterwards? I know cartoons aren't 100% realistic, but come on. When have you ever eaten a fish and managed to keep all the bones intact? The fish I eat, all the bones break one by one, and end up getting all these tiny bones in every damn mouthful of food. Why do people always say they'd love to have wings so they can fly? But the thing people don't realize is, when you fly around all day, it's fucking tiring, okay? People can't even be bothered to go for a run. Why the fuck are you going to try the physical workout of flapping arms to fly? Even if people had wings, half of them wouldn't even use them. Be like, hey Joey, want to go for a fly over to the beach? Fuck that. I'd rather go chill on the couch, bro. You know the saying, it's better to give than to receive? What bullshit is that? The person who made up that clearly never received a very good blowjob now, did they? I saw this comedian the other day after his set, he was bowing. Who the fuck does that anymore? What are you, the Queen in 1845? Why the hell are you bowing? Just give a wave or a hang tang sign or something else would be sufficient than a fucking bow. What's up with salt? Nah, seriously. If you cut your finger, right, and then you eat something salty like a piece of fish and chips, what happens? The salt gets in your cut and burns your fucking finger. But if you scrape your knee and fall off your bike, what do they say? Oh, go swim in the ocean. It'll fix it. What the fuck? The salt in the ocean is good for a cut, but the salt that comes off a French fry, it technically is bad for a cut. What the fuck? Has anybody got a friend that just like refuses to do the dishes? I have this one friend who literally will use every single plate and fork and spoon in his house before he'll wash any of his dishes, okay? He ends up having this huge pile of plates stacked up in the sink, so tall it could literally be some sort of new age sculpture or something. He'll then drink out of a measuring cup or saucepan before he'll even try to clean a cup, okay? He will try and use any object that can retain a liquid before he will wash something to drink out of. And even when he runs out of everything clean to eat off, He'll then go to the shop and go to the point to buy plastic cutlery and paper plates just to avoid picking up a sponge to clean anything. Talk about fucking lazy. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching this video again. Hope you did enjoy my jokes. Please give me a like. Please follow the channel. Subscribe. Hit notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video, okay? Peace out. Word.